मरघट तक है तेरी कहानी, पग पग प्यारे। दंगल 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 दंगल, सूरज तेरा चढ़ता ढलता गर्दिश में करते हैं तारे। दंगल 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 दंगल।
Great morning, my dear friend. Bhupeshanand this side. Lecture number 2 we are going to start with, and the name of the reading is, reading 52, Introduction to Fixed Income Valuation. We are doing Introduction to Fixed Income Valuation. Reading number 2. We will be doing learning outcome number C today. We have already covered learning outcome A. When I say learning outcome A, we have covered that what is how to calculate the value of a bond in case item is given to me. Now in this learning outcome number C, I have told you that I will be firstly doing learning outcome A, learning outcome C, and learning outcome H. So today I will be firstly starting with learning outcome number C, and B I will be doing after some time. So the heading of the learning outcome C is the most important learning outcome, I will say, in this introduction to fixed income valuation. That is, define spot rates. What are the meaning of spot rates, and how we will calculate the price of a bond using spot rates. So this is the main logic behind that. This is the main objective that we want to learn from this lecture, that what is the meaning of a spot rate, and what is and how we can use it with while calculating the price of a bond. So these are the two objectives. Now before I start with the lecture, actually I want to just tell you, in the last lecture we have discussed that there are 4 methods for calculating the market value of a bond. When I say a market value of a bond, it is nothing but the total of discounted cash flows, the total of discounted future cash flows. The total of discounted future cash flows. Now the discounting rate depends upon 4 methods. First method is current YTM, second is series of spot rate, third is series of forward rate, and the fourth is series of par value and combination of spot rate. You're getting my point? So these are the 4 methods. So please take on your register. First point, I just want to again recap, market value of a bond. We can calculate the market value of a bond by totaling, by calculating the present value of future cash flows. That how much you will be getting. If you want to calculate the value, your value, you can calculate how much salary you will be getting after clearing CFA examination, and how much will be the life. And if I calculate the present value of that, this will be your value. So likewise, we can calculate the future value of the present value of the future benefits which I will be getting by purchasing that bond, which can be used. Discounting rate can be for current YTM, series of spot rates, series of forward rates, and the mixture of spot rates and par rates. That is not in your course. That is in CFA curriculum level number 2. That last one, combination of spot rates plus par rates. But no doubt I will be explaining some parts. So in today's lecture, I will be doing with this, that what is the meaning of what is the meaning of spot rates, how we interpret that. So firstly, we should be aware of what is the meaning of a spot rate, and what is the procedure for calculating the value of a bond with the help of spot rates. So when I say spot rates, I will say, before that, just write down point number 2 first. I will tell you what is the meaning of spot rate, because for understanding spot rate, at least I should be aware of some basic concepts. A student should be aware of basic concepts before calculating market value of a bond with the help of spot rates. Now, basic concept number A. In the last lecture we discussed about YTM, and in YTM we have taken some implied assumptions. The first assumption was that YTM, YTM, the bond will be held up to maturity, yield to maturity. The method, the discounting rate which we have used, in the last lecture for calculating the bonds, coupon bonds. In that case, we have assumed that the holder will be holding that bond up to maturity, and second is coupon rate, coupon amount is available or is received on time, and the third assumption is it is being reinvested. Coupon amount is being reinvested. It is being reinvested. So these are the 3 assumptions. But in case of zero coupon bond, because spot rates I will be using in zero coupon bonds. In case of zero coupon bond, I am not available with the coupon amount because no coupon is being given. and I will be only investing this much amount issue price, and I will be getting face value. So because I am not getting any coupon, so I cannot reinvest. So when I cannot reinvest, so that assumption will not be there. So in that case, I will be given with spot rates. That is, spot rate means the rate of return of different maturity. It is just like that. For example, you want to invest, you want to invest in a banking company, and Mr. X wants to invest $1 lakh in a banking company. Now, in HDFC Bank, when he visits, as per this banking people, they have different rates of interest. If Mr. X wants to invest for first year only for 1 year, then they are giving 10% as a rate of interest. If Mr. X is investing for 2 years, then these people are giving 12% as a rate of interest. If Mr. X is investing for 3 years, then these people are giving interest for 13%. And in case of 4 years, he is getting 14%. And in case he is investing for, for 5 years, then he will be getting the interest rate of 19%. As we are all aware of, longer the maturity period, longer the bank FD period, longer will be, higher will be the return you will be getting. So in this case, if Mr. X is investing, Mr. X is investing only for 1 year, so his rate of return will be 10%. But if he is investing for 2 years, then his rate of return on an average, every year he will be getting 12% as a rate of return. And in case he is investing for 3 years, on an average he will be getting 13%, 13%, and 13% as a rate of return. And in case he is investing for 4 years, so he will be getting 14%, 14%, and 14% as a rate of return, and on an average. So the point is, these rates are for different maturities. Similar is the case with zero coupon bonds. When a zero coupon bond for 1 year, so a separate rate will be there, and a zero coupon bond for a second year will be a separate rate will be there. Those rates are named as spot rates. So spot rates, I have just told you that these are the rates of zero coupon bond for different maturities. So just write down this concept number B. In case of zero coupon bond, as there is no coupon payment, hence no reinvestment. So I have prepared a timeline for that. So I am on to concept number C, which is very important concept. YTM of a zero coupon bond is called as spot rate. It means the rate at which YTM is yield to maturity. So how to calculate yield to maturity when the amount of when we are not getting coupon, and when we are not getting coupon, so we cannot reinvest. So the YTM, the YTM of a zero coupon bond is named as spot rate. So you have to remember this, that in case of a zero coupon bond, because there is no coupon interest, because there is no reinvestment, and in that case the return you will be getting on the basis of different maturities, just like bank FD. So that is named as YTM. That is total return which an investor is earning on zero coupon bonds. So concept number D. Again, please write on concept number D. Spot rate is the discounting rate. Now, because we are in need of discounting rate for calculating the value of a bond, so spot rate is a discounting rate which makes present value of single cash flow. Because in case of zero coupon bonds, we get a single cash flow that on to maturity. In case of zero coupon bond is equal to bond price. Again, I am repeating this concept number D. Spot rate is the discounting rate which makes present value of single cash flow in case of zero coupon bond equal to bond price. That is named as spot rate. So spot rate is YTM spot rate. I will say it is a IRR spot rate. It is a required rate of return of zero coupon bonds, and it depends upon the maturity. Just like bank FD, if you want to invest for 1 year, the rate of interest will be different. If you want to invest for 2 years, the rate of interest will be different. If you want to invest for 3 years, the rate of interest will be different. So I will be calculating different spot rates for different maturities. So that spot rate is named as yield to maturity, or that is named as IRR, or that is named as true interest for zero coupon bonds. Concept number is spot rates for 1 year would be rate of return of zero coupon bond for 1 year Similarly, we can calculate for second, third, and fourth. But the point is, with the help of this case study, point number third, I am using a case study now. With the help of this case study, I want to tell you that what is the actual meaning of spot rates. So, my dear friends, please take out your calculators. I want to just explain with the help of this case study that what I mean by spot rates, and it will be helpful to us in practical problems. Case study for understanding the concept of spot rates. Let the face value of a bond be 1000, let the coupon rate be 10%, let the maturity be 5 years, and we are given with 5 spot rates. First year 10%, second year 12%, third year 13%, fourth year 14%, fifth year 19%, and we have to calculate the value of a bond. Now, how to calculate the value of the bond? Now, just see as the maturity increases, the rate of return is increasing. For example, in fifth year the rate of return is 19% on an average, and in first year the rate of return is 10% on an average. So in case we want to draw a curve, this is maturity. If on x-axis I take maturity and in this y-axis we take return. So in that case, first year 10%, second year this much. So there will be a curve. This will be named as spot rate curve. When I draw the spot rates, graphically on x-axis and y-axis, and I take maturity and on x-axis and spot rates on y-axis, then that curve which represent maturity and spot rate is named as spot rate curve. You getting my point? That is named as spot rate curve. So if I draw a timeline, in order to calculate the value, now my objective will be that I want to tell you the process of calculating the value of a bond in case spot rates are given to me. So just now I have just explained what is the meaning of a spot rate with the help of a bank FD example, or with the help of a zero coupon concept. So let me start with this. Just please write down first point, spot curve. I have just told you what is the meaning of spot curve. It is the relationship of spot rate and maturity. It is always upward sloping because longer the maturity, more will be the spot rate. So it is always upward sloping, and it is also named as zero curve because we are calculating for zero coupon bonds. So I have prepared a timeline for you that if the given face value, coupon rates, and different spot rates are given to me. So first year the coupon amount is 100. Second year 100, third year 100 because I am getting a coupon amount of this. But in case of first year, the spot rate is not, if for a 1 year zero coupon bond, the market rate is 10%. For a 2-year coupon bond, the market rate is 12%. For the 3-year coupon bond, the market rate is 13%. For 4th-year coupon bond, the market rate is 14%. For 5th-year coupon bond, the market rate is 19%. So like this, market rates are being changing. So in first year, if it is 10%, so in second year, so if I want to calculate the value of this, because I want to calculate the value of a bond, zero discount bond, or a bond with different spot rates, I will discount this 100 with this present value factor. I will discount this with 12%. I will discount this with this. I will discount this with this, and I will discount this 1100 with 19%, because these are a series, a portfolio of different coupon bonds. So if I use a calculator, then these will be the steps in order to calculate the value. I can directly calculate it with the help of a calculator. I have written the steps. Please take out your calculators. So how to calculate the value of a bond if different spot rates are given? Now, what is the meaning of spot rate? It is nothing. It is a rate. It is a YTM. It is a true interest rate for that maturity. For example, I am taking a bank FD for 3 years. So 3-year interest, how much I will be getting on an average per year. It is different for 4th year. It is different for 2nd year. It is different for 5th year. It is different for 1 year. So all rates are different for different maturities. So just see 100. Just please press in your calculator 100 divided by 1.1, because 1 upon 1.10 is 1.1 is equal to STO0, STO1. So store it in 1, that is 90.90. So what is the meaning of this? That this 100 which you will be getting, this 100 has a present value of 90.90. Now I will be calculating present value of this then I will be calculating present value of this, then I will be calculating present value of this, and then I will be calculating present value of this, and at last I will add all these present values, and the total will be named as value of a bond. So let us see how with the help of a calculator we can solve it. So first year I have done it 100 divided by 1.1. This is 1 upon 1.10 raised to power 1, because it is for first year, is equal to STO1, that is coming as 90.90. Now I am doing for second year. Second year also I am getting a coupon rate of 100%, but the spot rate for second year is 12%. That is for second year. So divided by 1 upon 1.12. But because it is for second year, so I am doing X here. X here is equal to, please see in your calculator, that is coming as 79.72. So I am again storing it in STO2. So I have stored in STO2. Now what is the meaning of this? It means this 100 which I am getting in the second year, if the interest rate is, if the coupon rate, if the YTM is 12%, this will be 79.71. This is 79.71. So these are the different values which I am getting for third year, fourth year, and fifth year. Just see to it. Third year, I have done it for third year. Now third year, because I have to do it 3 times and I don't have a function of 3. So I am firstly calculating 1.1 through y raised to power x3. That is equal to, then I will be taking the inverse, because I have to use the inverse. So indirectly, because I cannot directly do it with the help of x cube, because that is the power of 3. So I have done it, just in your calculator, 1.13, press the button of y raised to power x, 3 equal to inverse of that. 1 upon x, press the button 1 upon x into 100. Into 100. So into 100, when I do into 100 equal to 69.30, I will be storing it 3, STO03. STO03. So 69.30. This is the value 69.30 I am getting for third year. 69.30 I am getting for third year. Now I will be calculating for fourth year, and then I will be calculating for fifth year. Now just see 69.30. Again I will be doing for fourth year, because it is 4. So I can use the function of x square. So 100 divided by 1.14 x square 2 times, because this is I am getting for fourth year. So this will be, I have to do like this. So I can use a function of x square 59.20, and STO04 I have saved in STO04 fourth slot. So 59.20, this is a value as 59.20. So now last, at the end of fifth year I want to calculate. So I will be using the fifth year factor, that is 1.19 y raised to power x, again because there is a power of 5. We cannot do it, so I will be taking inverse function 1.19 y raised to power x, 5 1 upon x inverse into 1100 is equal to 460.95. So if I see here this 460.95, and if I add these values, this 90.90, 79.71, 69.30, 59.20, 460.95. So these all values are in my calculator stored. So I have done RCL1 plus RCL2 plus RCL3 plus RCL4 plus RCL5. That comes to $760.09. Now this is the value of a bond if spot rates are given to me of a zero discount bond. My dear friends, this lengthier case study no doubt not will be in your examination, but it will be helping you building the foundation. We can solve all the practical examples in case you will take care of this. So please, if you are not doing it with the help of a calculator, please do it. It is for your benefit. I have written the steps also for calculator. No one is doing except me. So it is only because I love you. So please do it along with your calculator. Now what is the interpretation of 760.09? This is a value of a bond whose face value is this, whose coupon rate is this, and the spot rates are this. So if I calculate the present value, this will be the answer. So I have written some interpretations for you. So please write down interpretations, that because with the help of this case study, we can explain each and every point of spot rates, and then in next class we can have a practice of these questions. First year cash flow will be discounted using first year spot rate. It is very important. If you are investing it for first year, if you are going for second year, second year, 2 years, then it will be discounted for second year. It means third year cash flow will be discounted at third year spot rate, fourth year cash flow will be discounted at fourth year spot rate, fifth year cash flow will be discounted at fifth year cash rate. A fifth year zero coupon bond is actually a portfolio. Now if I say this is a portfolio of five, a 5 year zero coupon bond is a portfolio of 5 coupons. If I see like this, okay. So now the main point is, this is the equation which I have prepared for you. 760.09 is the value of a bond if these are the spot rates: 10% for first year, 12% for second year, 13% for fourth year, third year, 14% for fourth year, and 19% for fifth year. It means depending upon the maturity, we have different interest rates. So in case of zero coupon bond, we'll be using the spot rates. Now the point is, in case an investor is very confused that for first year he is getting 10%, for second year 10-12%, then 13%, then 14%, then 19%. If he desires to find out a single rate, that what is that single rate, if I put it here, let it be x, and if I equate it, it comes to 760.09. So what is that single rate? We want to calculate that single rate. In order to calculate the single rate for approximation, we will represent series of spot rates, which will represent the series of spot rates. We can calculate with the help of IRR function, because it is nothing but it is a IRR, internal rate of return. So I have used the formula: present value of inflows is equal to present value of outflows. 760.09 is the outflow from the pocket of the investor, and these coupon rates which he will be getting in future will be the cash inflows. But I don't know what is the discounting rate. That's why I've written X. Now, if with the help of calculator and IRR function, TVM row, I can calculate that how much is the rate IY, which will equate this 760.09 plus minus, because the outflow is there. Present value 100 is the PMT which I am getting, 1000 as the future value, 5 as in compute IY, that comes to 17.60. It means 17.60 is a rate which is a representative of all those five rates, five spot rates, which is a representative of all those five rates, which is very close to last spot rate, because the last spot rate is 19%. So just for for the logic purpose, I'm just telling you that 17.60 is very close to the last spot rate. So like this, I have calculated for you that how we can calculate value of a bond if spot rates are given to me. I repeat, spot rate is for a zero coupon bond, because there is no reinvestment, because the coupon amount is not being received, and it depends upon the maturity. It is just like bank FD, that how much period you want to invest in. So different rates, interest rates are there. Similarly, in case of zero coupon bond, we have different types of returns, for different maturities. So if spot rate are given to me, I have to use a special spot rate for that particular respective year, and I can calculate the value. Be happy, be jolly, be cheerful. Now let's see the bond valuation. This same thing is given to me in Wikipedia, that how we can calculate with the help of spot rates. How we can calculate the value of a zero discount bond with the help of a spot rate, yield to maturity, coupon, this price sensitivity. We will be doing all that. Arbitrage free pricing approach, I will be doing it, because once we can calculate what should be the value, then we can compare it with market value, and we can find out whether it is underpriced or overpriced. If it is underpriced, we will purchase it, and if it is overpriced, we will sell it. So like this, we can calculate different values. Hope you have enjoyed this lecture. Be happy, be jolly, be cheerful. We'll be meeting again in next lecture with doing the